lucky day here in Lanzarote in May. We're looking back at Arrieta at the moment, and I'm right at the start of the village of Punta Mujeres, and I'm going to invite you to join me on a nostalgic trip into a village we lived in for many years at the turn of the millennium. These little bungalows are called Casitas del Mar, and they're right at the entrance to Punta Mujeres coming back from Arrieta, and as you can see they are right on the ocean front. We've walked around the front of Casitas del Mar now, and we've got the first view of the village of Punta Mujeres. Punta Mujeres translates as Women's Point, and you can clearly see the point there, which is where wives would go out and wait for their fishermen husbands to return with the day's catch. As you can see, the coastline is rocky here. This is lava that came down from the Monte Corona volcanic eruption about 5,000 years ago. But there's a small sandy beach to my right, and Punta Mujeres is famous for its sea pools. Here's one of them. So flushed by the sea, steps leading down into them. Lots of people from Arrecife came out here, or come out here at weekends to come and enjoy these pools. Pretty much everyone who lives in the village has a boat, and as you can see there are lots of permanent moorings in the bay there with boats tied up to them. We've walked further on into the village, and here is another of those sea pools. This is the one used most, and on a warm sunny day that would generally be packed full of people enjoying it. The sun's trying to break through. I just wish the wind would die down a bit. Ahead of us we've got Bar La Piscina, which is a real staple of the village. We've had many a happy hour in there having drinks and tapas. Can't remember the owner's name, he's quite grumpy, but when they've been busy I've actually gone in and served drinks for him over the years, which was quite a laugh. A lot of work going on here at the moment. The local council are repairing pavements and things like that, hence the cement mixer and so on there. And behind the little works area there is a house well known in the village. Rather eccentric owner who covers it in different types of succulent plants. Casa Carmelina. This is the kind of recreational heart of the village. You can see the bolas courts there, AstroTurf football pitch, five-a-side pitch, and a pavilion there under which lots and lots of events take place. It also has an enormous sociedad, which is this building here. I remember it always being full of old boys playing dominoes very noisily. Not currently open, I don't know why. Mind you, it's fairly early, it's just gone 11:30. At the back of this small community of 5 duplexes is what was the first house we bought in Lanzarote, that one there. We bought it as a new build back in 2002, I think. It's a lovely little community, and the duplexes are like little TARDISes, so they're on 4 floors. We had 4 bedrooms, and there's a small swimming pool which you can't see from where I'm standing. In front of it, an underground parking where we used to keep our boat. Looks like there's a couple of these for sale at the moment. I do miss living so close to the sea, although it's 16 years since we lived down here. And literally 2 doors down from where we lived is Restaurante Soli Luna. Again, many a happy evening spent there. It's right on the seafront, so on the terrace there you're within 15 metres of the sea. I brought you round to the public slipway now, which used to be the bane of my life. As you can see, it's very, very steep and super slippery. And at the time we lived here, we had a rear-wheel drive car, which did not like trying to get back up out of that at all when we were launching the boat. In the end, we devised a great system. We used to park the car in that little car park there, attach the trailer to a long rope, and then just back the car up to the edge of the start of the slipway, at which point the boat itself would be in the water and floating. Locals used to laugh at me for doing that, and they said just get a 4x4, but it was easier to do that. At the time we lived here, our group of a dozen or so close friends, all the boys were divers, and something we used to do regularly, if you look back across there, in the centre of the screen now is Bar La Piscina, and we would get into the water here with our dive kit on. The girls would get in with their snorkeling kit on, and the boys would dive all the way across the bottom to the steps over there and climb out, and we'd sit down and have beer and tapas, and the girls would snorkel their way across in the shallows at the same time. It became a great tradition that we used to really enjoy. We've continued on to the northern end of the point, and there's another harbour here with boats moored in it. I don't know if you can see in the centre of frame in the distance there are a load of palm trees. That's Jamias del Agua, and we used to walk our dog along the front here, and at the end of the village it becomes a path which takes you all the way along right on the seafront to Jamias del Agua. I remember at that time the local policeman in the village had a cocker spaniel. I can't remember his name, but he used to join us, so we'd go past the policeman's house and his cocker spaniel would come tearing out and join us for many of our walks. He'd then come back to our place, drink a bowl of water, snooze on the terrace for an hour or two before returning home. And that's Restaurante Palenque. We've had many a great night there. Owned by Miguel, who is one of 7 brothers originally from Colombia, who own I think 6 restaurants on the island between them. Fabulous hosts, great food. And ahead is the mini market, Punta Mujeres. Got a nice cafe attached to it. As you can see from the sign for Restaurante Soli Luna, we've kind of done a complete circuit of Punta Mujeres. So I hope you've enjoyed this little nostalgic tour for me. My observation is that absolutely nothing has changed in the 16 years since we left the village, and I think that's a good thing. Have a great day. Bye for now.